Dining in at restaurants will be allowed in Taipei and New Taipei once again starting Tuesday. The dining in ban was lifted in most cities and counties last week, but Greater Taipei held out, citing the risk of fresh COVID outbreaks. The mayor of Taipei said Monday that with the epidemic clearly easing, the city will allow restaurants to host patrons, provided that they adhere to strict public health protocols.
We've monitored the situation for a week now and the numbers are staying low. Starting tomorrow, eating in will be allowed at restaurants.
Over the past week, Taipei has seen only 2 COVID infections with an unknown source. Community-acquired case counts and total daily case counts have also stayed low. In light of the easing epidemic, Taipei says it will allow dining in at restaurants from Tuesday.
We still haven't discussed what will happen if the epidemic worsens, if we need to upgrade our restrictions, or what circumstances would prompt that. We haven't discussed that with New Taipei yet, because I think we have been very cautious. We will absolutely notice the smallest whiff of trouble.
Taipei and New Taipei have reached a consensus to allow dining in. In Taipei, dining in will resume with several restrictions. Patrons' food should be served individually whenever possible. If food must be shared, such as at buffets, then servers must be appointed to distribute the food. Tables must be spaced at least 1.5 meters apart. Diners should be seated in separated booths or with dividers between tables. In addition, staff at food and drink establishments must monitor their health every day. Larger establishments must cap occupancy at 50 indoors and 100 outdoors and must also report their COVID protocols to the local health authority. Should a diner later test positive for COVID, the restaurant must close at least 3 days for disinfection. After reopening, it'll be limited to providing takeout or delivery for another 11 days.
Nobody wants people to get infected at the restaurant because they didn't follow the rules. Of course, that is punishable with between 3,000 and 15,000 NT. It's not a heavy fine, but I believe that as a civilized country, Taiwan can rely on the good nature of its citizens and not have to resort to draconian measures.
Amid concerns that lifting the dining ban could lead to more COVID infections, Ke says the government will be cautious and tread lightly moving forward.
We're trying to find a balance between epidemic prevention and the economy. We know that for the food and drink sector, it'll be hard to survive if the dining-in ban continues. We'll monitor the situation closely over the next 2 weeks. If things really get bad, we'll call it off immediately.
The mayor warned that if the epidemic surges back, the ban on dining in will return. He also announced that on Tuesday, shrimp fishing venues and claw machine arcades will also be allowed to reopen, provided they abide by the central government's public health guidelines.